New at 5:30, it's been a few months since the president's tax reform plan was passed. You might be seeing a few extra bucks in your paychecks, but one of Hampton Roads' most booming businesses is really feeling the effects. I'm talking about breweries. A Hampton Roads industry that's tripled in size in the last 5 years is seeing another reason to grow. It's not just beer lovers, but now politics turning craft beer into an even greater money-making opportunity. It's the new tax bill passing at the end of 2017 that's providing an enticing incentive for local breweries. Pretty simple math shows us how. Before the tax cuts, small breweries were paying $7 on top of every barrel or keg of beer produced. So if you take O'Connor Brewing Company in Norfolk, one of, if not the largest producers in the area, with at least 15,000 barrels produced a year, well, with that $7 tax, they're looking at a $105,000 loss every year. But now the new bill will bring half that money back. Instead of that $7 tax, small breweries now only pay $3.50 a barrel. For O'Connor, that's at least $52,000 the company gets to keep. For the more than 30 craft breweries in our area, that's money that can go towards jobs, better facilities, even tastier beer. Now, the tax break does expire in 2019, but remember, a year can change everything. In 2017 alone, 8 new breweries joined the scene.